We drove for a couple of hours from Newberry Crater to Camp Sherman. The next day, we met up with Bob's friend, John Pune. John is a retired school teacher, and he told us some very interesting facts about the Metolius River.
How far are we from the headwaters of the Metolius?
Well, the Metolius comes in only about 3 miles upriver from here. It's pretty cool. And one of the few rivers in the United States that actually comes out from underneath a rock fully grown. It comes out looking just like this. And because most rivers start as little rivulets and then little creeks or streams, and they join together and they get bigger creeks, and those creeks get together and you get a west fork or the south fork or something like that, and then you finally get the river. That doesn't happen here. This just comes out just like this. And it heads off that way down to a lake and disappears. Here at Wizard Falls, a lot of times people ask how come it's so blue. You know, take a look at that color and they want to know. And as far as I know, it's the elk. The elk come out in the evening time and they eat a lot of huckleberries. There's huckleberries all through here. They eat so much that when they pee blue.
I've seen that happen before.
And they pee right in the river, and it falls like this, it shows up.
Hold on.
Tell me really why it's so blue.
Oh, I have no idea.
Okay. Well, we don't want to get close to that. It's just
Magic.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they call it Wizard Falls. Whoa. Yeah, actually, it's the only spot on the river I know where the water ends up looking like this. I don't know why.
A few days later, we decided to drive the McKenzie Pass Santiam Pass Scenic Byway. It's an 82-mile loop that starts in Sisters, Oregon. We drove west on Highway 126, stopping to view Suttle Lake and Black Butte in the distance.
We're here about 20 minutes from Camp Sherman, where we've been staying. Beautiful landscape around here. And look at that triangular thing. Isn't she a beaut?
That's Black Butte.
Right, pretty too. On the west side of Santiam Pass, we stopped to take a short walk to a beautiful waterfall. It was surprising that it wasn't very crowded, considering it was the middle of the summer, and it was great for all three of us to be able to stretch our legs, smell the fresh air, and enjoy the greenery.
This is Sahale Falls. This waterfall and its peaceful surroundings are a wonderful little respite along the side of the highway. We stopped here for 15 or 20 minutes and really enjoyed the mist blowing through the trees and the sights and the shadows, as well as the power of the waterfall.
Then we turned east onto Highway 242, headed for McKenzie Pass. This is the old road crossing the Cascades in this part of the state. It was built at a time when vehicles were smaller, and there are many tight switchbacks. If you're traveling with a motorhome or trailer, the total length cannot exceed 35 feet.
In 2017, the Horse Creek Complex fire burned across the lush western forests on the drive's west side of the pass. We were pleased to find a few wildflowers.
A local storm moved in and blocked the views of the prominent peaks of the area. But the dark, rugged lava flows were amazing. It was inspiring to see the hardy trees growing out of this barren landscape.
Near McKenzie Pass, we came upon the Dee Wright Observatory. It was built in 1936 by the Civilian Conservation Corps. Dee Wright, who died the year before, was the crew's foreman. The observatory is a great place to observe the neighboring landscapes and peaks, weather permitting. We stayed in the car.
We crossed McKenzie Pass and headed back down the eastern side of the Cascades to Sisters, completing the scenic loop.
We got up the next day and began the long drive to John Day Fossil Bed's Painted Hills unit. Join us next time for part 3 of our journey through Oregon.
And if you liked this video, consider giving us a thumbs up. Also, subscribe.